Today, the Mariners got walked off in the 10th inning by the Los Angeles Angels with a 6-5 win for the Angels. Here's the score sheet for Seattle for today. And moving over here, we've got the score sheet for the Angels today. One thing you might notice is that the Mariners used a lot of pitching today because Brian Wu, making his first start since coming back from injury again, only went three and a third. And by only going three and a third, it made a huge mess out of us having to use the bullpen. Thornton went two, Santos went one. We had a chaos ball thing between Ty plus Polanco plus JP Pascal plus Wu in there. And I think that was in the second inning when it was tied at two with runners at first and second. And Guy gets a single, runner advances to third, then decides to run to home. All of that happens, and Cal gets the tag at the plate, which was absolutely awesome. One of my favorite plays to see in the game. Um, Good things happened. So Voth came in the 10th. We had a 5-4 lead at that point. We had a 5-4 lead. Voth came in, tried to get his first career major league save, and he unfortunately blew the save and lost the game. Now, interestingly, the Mariners actually only struck out 10 times. And not the last strikeout was in the 10th inning, which was really good because that means that if this game had been in regulation and we'd won in the ninth, we would not have struck out 10 times. So we didn't strike out 10 times yesterday. I don't believe we're quite at 1,000 strikeouts. The team stats think we are, but we are very close, and we could become the first team ever to strike out 1,000 times before the All-Star break. Yeah, if we strike out 8 times tomorrow and the next day on average, we'll have 1,000 before the All-Star break, which would be bad. We stole a couple bases. We had a lot of just good and bad. The offense looked good from 1 through 4. JP got on base a couple times. Mitch Garver got on base a couple times. Julio had a homer. Cal had a homer. They all got on base. They both got on base a couple times. Cal even got intentional walk in the 10th to get to Julio, who unfortunately did strike out for the second time in the game. But he's batting almost 700 over the road trip. So, like, I'm not gonna be mad about that. He struck out twice today, but also had 3 hits. So, like, Julio's good. Those are good numbers. If you have 3 hits, including a home run, and you strike out twice, I really don't care. Yeah, we lost the game, but the reason we lost the game wasn't the offense. The reason we lost the game was that Brian Wu went three and a third innings and gave up 9 hits. The Angels only had 11. The Angels had 11 hits and they walked 5 times. We only walked once, and it was the intentional walk to get to Cal, so we had 11 base runners. They had 16. And I think we had 1 hit by pitch. We did have 1 hit by pitch, so we had 12 base runners and they had 16. They left 8 on base. We left 7. They were 5 for 13 when the runners in scoring position. We were 1 for 7. Not great. Not great, but we had a couple of steals. Clase and Luke Rayleigh Clase had a steal. Luke Rayleigh got a caught stealing in a way that actually worked out. He was the third out at second base. That allowed JP's plate appearance to end without a result, meaning he could lead off the next inning facing against different pitcher. The Angels used 5 pitchers. We used 1, which is not good. I don't know what the reasoning for bringing Brian Wu up was after he did basically the same thing he did today in his rehab start with the Everett Aqua Sox. Essentially just didn't look good, gave up some home runs, gave up a lot of hard contact. The thing with Wu today, he gave up 4 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 walks, struck out 1, gave up a homer, 9 hits, and those 9 hits were all on hard contact balls, except I think one that just sort of fell in on batting average on balls in play. It was a weird one, but 8 of those 9 hits were on hard contact, and there were a couple of hard contact outs. Uh, Haniger late in the game actually didn't make the defensive play and then picked up the ball and threw it to Crawford to get it out. The guy tried to take extra bases, which was absolutely awesome because Haniger bailed out Haniger. Julio's homer went 378 feet today, and Cal's homer went 423 feet. I like how on the the MLB.com stuff. You can see it. Like Willie Calhoun, who had 2 home runs today. His second homer was 409 feet, exit velo of 104.1 miles per hour at a 23-degree launch angle. Those things are cool. I like that those statistics are there. What I don't like, though, is that the Mariners didn't get much production from the bottom of the order. Ty France had a hit, and Mitch Haniger had a hit. That was the only production from the bottom of the order. And normally the Mariners actually get good production from the bottom of the order. They're able to do some good stuff with the bottom of the order, which allows them to work through when the top of the order is struggling. But the problem is, the top of the order did really well, but they didn't get to come up in a chance to, well, Munoz got us into the 10th. He was good. He doesn't get credit for anything, though, because it was a tie game. And then both coming in and losing the game, getting credited with a loss and a blown save. His first blown save this season was also his first opportunity to get a save this season. We didn't have an opportunity to come back up with the top of the order in after we gave up those runs. But also the bottom of the order, it ended on Ty France. Ty France was the last guy. So we didn't have a chance to get Polanco, Robles, Haniger, Clase, or Rojas back up. We had the one run. If France had advanced the 2 runners and just got on base, we probably have a chance for somebody in the bottom of the order, probably Polanco or Robles, to do something. And that second run would have helped us, and then the bottom of the order maybe would have gotten us some runs earlier in the game as well. But without production up and down the order like we had yesterday, and with bad pitching, the Mariners can overcome bad hitting. They have great pitching normally, but they cannot overcome when they have a pitcher have a blow up start like today, which is unfortunate because Brian Wu is a good player, great person, injury prone, and I don't think he's ready to actually be a long term MLB starter. I wouldn't mind moving him to the bullpen, moving Emerson Hancock up, making him a fifth starter, maybe making some trades, something like that. But at this point, no. I don't want Brian Wu making another start until he's 100% and he can go 80 to 90 pitches and not give up hard contact. Part of the problem is he throws in the strike zone more than Bryce Miller does, and he only throws fastballs. That's great for a reliever. That's not great for a starter that's got to go 5, 6, 7 innings every day.